don't like me. Still, they're friends on Friday. Some on that. Guys, welcome back. We're off to a bit of a late start. I just yawned, not because I'm tired, because I'm exhausted. I just had a big day. Ran around, had to get the old passport configured. My sister's getting married, folks, in Mexico. Does it count as a real marriage in Mexico? Tune in next episode to find out. No, just kidding. Okay, so we're back. We're back here to learn some back-end engineering. Here we go. Side note, super excited for them. They're a fantastic couple. Speaking on my sister and her fiance. I've known them, known my sister my whole life, but known the fiance for 9 years or something. He's a great guy. But anyway, okay. So diving into some Python code. Here we go. So find the difference, guys. We're leapfrogging off of. Let me turn on the lights over here. Get a little light on them. Get a little light. I wish I had these back here as like clap on type thing. It would be fun. But okay, we're leapfrogging off of last episode on the list. It was kind of a big thing. We got like 20 things on it or something like that. So we're going to finish it up today is the goal. All right, let's dive in. Find the difference assignment. We keep track of each character's level between the new levels. Okay, we read this last time, I remember. Between the two levels, there's a few different areas where there's different levels. So there's old character levels, new character levels. Okay, so the existing code in the loop you've been given loops over all the indexes of the old character levels because old character levels and new character levels are the same lengths. We can reuse I to check the same index. True. Fill in the loop with the code that prints. Guys, my eyes itches. Speaking of I, or was this what we finished on? Was this what we needed? Oh, perfect. Okay, on to the next, guys. On to the next. Perfect. We had the code there, ready to go. That was a test. That was a test to make sure you guys are paying attention. Okay, so all right. So find max infinity. The built-in float function can be used to create a numeric floating point value that represents the negative infinity value. Because every value will be greater than negative infinity. True. We can use it to help us accomplish our goal of finding the maximum value. I've added it for you as a starting point. Okay, so floating point, boom, negative infinity and positive infinity. We're working with all of them. How many numbers? All of them. How much do you want? All of them. Kobe, I can't. I don't know if you guys see the Kanye West commercial. It's like, Kobe, how much more do you want from me? Are you the same beast, but a different man? What does that mean, Kobe Bryant? All right. Anyway, so the assignment. Our players want a way to see their strongest attack from their last combat. Let's add another function to analyze the data from our combat log. Complete the find max function that looks at each number in the nums list and returns the maximum value. If no maximum value is found, okay, so it just needs to find the largest value. Gosh, okay, so how does it, why do we need the float deal? What's that max so far is negative infinity? Got it. Okay, so every number should be larger than negative infinity. So basically we have for num in nums, and we say, for I in range, 0, length of nums, and if basically we want nums I, so this is one number equals nums I. So basically each time we iterate through the nums I of the index, right? So hold on, let me print out an example. If we pass this function a index like this, or an array like this, or a list like this, that's the example I'm popping on real quick, guys. Let me zoom in a bit for y'all too. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. The nums I. So we all understand what the index does. Well, let me give a different list with different numbers instead of the same index type things. That works perfect. So 5, 62, 3, and 4. So at the 0th index, we have 5. At the first index, we have 62. At the second index, we have 3. At the last index, we have 4, right? Okay, so that's the position, right? And this is our I, and this is going to be our list, right? So every time we loop through the list of this length, the list is just what we've called nums, right? So ignore everything above this code. Ignore all this. So every time we loop through nums, when we say nums of I, we're saying nums at the 0th position. So I is just the iterator going through each position. It's just looping through this array for us. It's just saying, okay, so for I in range of 0, the 0th index to the length of numbers, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0 to 4 or 0 to 3, whatever the length is. It'll iterate through each number. So when I say nums of 0 or nums of I, when it iterates through the first one, all it's doing is pulling down nums of 0, which is going to be 5. And then when it goes to the next bit of the loop, when it loops through nums of 1, it'll pull down 62, right? So we can print that here actually. Nums of 1, see what it is. It should print out 62. Oh, we got to ignore all this jibber jab. Oh, well, of course, we're going to have a different array too, because that wasn't our actual array being passed in. But the point is all we're doing when we say nums of I, oops, learning some blockchain stuff, guys, which is real fun. But all we do when we say nums of I is we're basically just pulling out each individual number. So that's why I've labeled it the number variable. So what we want to do, if number, I think Python has a max value even. I think we can even just not even do all this. We'll do but I think you can literally just say nums. I think we can actually just do this for the answer. I think about it. Boom, yeah, we can pass. So that's a Python method that we have, but I want to try to do it in the for loop as well, really quick, if we might be able to. So for I in range, if number is greater than nums I, return number. I think that might work too. Nope. Okay. Well, we'll just go with the return max then. Works for me, right? Let's go ahead and do the simple thing, I suppose. Let's see. Submit. Oh, doesn't work. All right. So this is what we wanted to do. For nums of nums, if max so far. Okay. Let's undo the solution. Let's think it through. Okay. So we saw a little bit of it. For num of nums, if, okay, we're gonna repop this solution. Hold on, guys. For num in nums, if num is greater than max so far, the max so far equals the number. I see. And it'll move on. Okay. All right. So for num in numbers, if number is greater than the max so far, it means the new max so far is now going to be assigned to the number, and we ultimately want to return the max so far. Alrighty, cool. So that makes sense. All right, we need a little alley-oop on that. We're getting moving. I feel like this is slowly when we're going to migrate from like easier to medium to not so easy to we'll be doing some significant learning here shortly. Very excited. Well, we've done a lot of learning here actually. Modulo operators in Python. The modulo operator can be used to find a remainder. For example, 7 modulo 2 would be 1 because 2 could be multiplied 7 evenly into 7 at the most 3 times. So the remainder is 1. Okay, so if it was 8 modulo 2, the remainder would be 0 because you could do 4 times 2, right? Oh, here we go. We have 8 modulo 3. The remainder is 3 because you could do 3 times 2, which is 6. Remainder would be 2. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so inside the loop get odd numbers function, use the modulo operator to check if each number I is odd. If a number is odd, append it to the odd numbers list. Don't touch above this line. Okay, so we'll say if num I, or let's see, number equals num I. If number modulus, I think 2 equals 0, that would be if it's even, right? So if number is divisible by 2, cleanly divisible by, so 8 divided by 2 would just be 4, clean, but 7 divided by 2 would be 3.5. So it's not clean, right? Then we want to append that number. So odd numbers append. And guys, hold on. I see the bug. We need to do not equals here. So if it's not even, append the number. Else, just keep going on about your business, right? Why is this? Oh, I see. If num, this is not an array. Does this work? How do we append? That's how you append, right? If num is divisible by 2, append it to the odd numbers. What about this? So divisible by 2, remainder 1, actual 1, 3, 5, 7. What in gray? What in tarnation? Guys, what is this? What is going on here? What is going on? Why is this not working? How to append in Python? That's got to be it, right? Yeah, dot append. So if num is, it's not appending anything, right? What about I? Can we append I just to see if we're working at all? Expecting 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, cool. So it is working, but why get odd numbers range of num 0 to num? So is it past an array or a list or no? Is num an array? Let's see. So let's delete everything real quick. No, it's just past a number. Okay, so then if num right, is modulo 2 does not equal 0. Append the number to odd numbers, right? We should at least see something. But we're getting nada enchilada, inputs 20, actual this. Why? Why? What am I doing wrong? What am I breaking, folks? What am I breaking? What am I breaking? If num, da 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 da. What about just appending directly? What would this do? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we can append directly. Inside the loop, get odd numbers function uses the modulo operator to check if each number I is odd. Oh, we are doing I. Oh, guys, golly. So if I modulo 2 does not equal 0, append I, right? Pass. Okay, sweet. Okay. User error. Guys, we got to do these in the morning. It's 2 p.m. now. I'm not as sharp. It's the afternoon. I'm running out of coffee, just excuse after excuse. Okay. So Python makes it easy to slice and dice lists to work only with the section you care about. One way to do this is to use the simple slicing operator, which is a colon. With this operator, you could specify where you want to start in the slice and how to step through, how to step through the original, slice through the original. List slicing returns a new list from an existing list. Syntax looks like this: start, stop, and step. Fun. Okay. Start, stop, step. We'll have to remember that. Start, stop, step. Omitting section. You could also omit various sections like this, so you could just do the stop or the start. That's cool. Awesome. All right, so assignment, boom. Complete the assignment, give championship slices. It takes a list of champions and returns 3 new lists based on, my nose itches, list based on given champions. First, return a list that starts with the 3rd champion and goes to the end of the list. Okay, so champions, I guess we could say starts with the 3rd list, right? Next, return, so we'll put that in the first return position, I suppose. Next, return starts at the beginning of the list. And what does it say? And ends with the 3rd champion, inclusive. So hopefully that's inclusive. Let's see. Last return champions, that list that includes only the even numbers. So can we just do skip like that? Would that work? Kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Okay, so during, did we do this wrong? Input, expecting, what do we get? Thrain. So we got to do second for the first one, right? Input, expecting, and actual. So we got the first list right. Now the second list, we got to do, so the last list we're good, and the 3rd list is the one or the second list we've messed up. Okay, so this syntax did work. Great. Okay, so how do we do this? Second one deal, what's going on? Why is it? Next, return a slice of the champions list that starts at the beginning of the list and ends with the 3rd champion from the end. Oh, from the end. Boom. Let's try that. Thrain. I see it there. I just don't see how do you reverse the list. So that's how to start from the end. Give 79. Okay, what about here? Would that do the deal? We're almost there. We're just missing one deal. So we have Thrundar, Morgate, Gandolfo, and we need to not do the last guy. So how do we skip the last guy? How do we skip the last dude? I guess I could do a 3 thing. Would that work? No. What about a 4? Seems arbitrary. Guys, so we got the first list. We got the first one's correct. Expecting Gandolfo, Thrain, Norward, Gilform. We got that down. Then this last one we do not have down. So I'm going to try maybe that. -2, is it? Sweet. We got it. Nailed it. Crushed it. We got there. And we're level 15. Guys, I'm a level 15 Python programmer. Sha. Come on, mess with me, I can't wait till we build some full-blown microservices, especially in the SAS series. Oh, golly. Okay, so list operators, concatenate. Concatenate 2 lists, smushing them together is easy in Python. Just do the plus. Duh. Seems easy. Okay, so we can keep list of our favorite items. Your job is to finish the concatenate favorites function. It looks like we just need to create a list that returns this list plus this list plus this list. Crushed it. Easy peasy. List operations. Check whether a value exists, in a list just using the in. Print banana in fruits. True. Okay, so complete is top weapon function. It should return if the weapon is in the top weapons list. So if top weapon or if weapon, right? If weapon in top weapons, I guess we could actually return weapon in top weapons, right? Guys, we're cooking a little. There's a little grease in the skillet, you know. There's a little sizzle going on. There's a little something happening. List deletion. Python has a key built-in word for del. This would have helped for the Algorithm Sundays episode. I actually recorded an episode, but I did really atrociously bad. It was like a nested. I'm not going to post it. It took way too long, and I didn't even solve it. But this would have helped because I needed a few list modular things, and it was a few other things too with a hash map and a few things. But I'm going to get better at algorithms too, especially in Python. I really enjoy the Python language. So very excited for this whole series, and I built the Python course. I really spent a lot of time, especially hammering in on inheritance and encapsulation and stuff. I love that course. I distilled everything down to these 1-minute concepts of just like the engineer's favorite course, you know, of just powering through stuff. So it's perfect for just like someone who's trying to get a good just feel of what Python can do very quickly from a programming standpoint. But okay, so let's see, and well, a little about that too is I really just want to build a series of courses where, especially like JavaScript and TypeScript, like I could teach that like the back of my hand, or like React and Next and a few other things, and maybe some Redis stuff, and but I want to have a library of courses, even for myself, just where it's like distilled concepts of like, here's, you know, I've got some really fun ones in the works that I'm not going to say right now, but they're really fun. But where it's just like, oh, I need this concept, so I'll just go to this glossary, boom, it's here. Here's how to use it. Here's like a quick thing. Just like an easy peasy thing, because especially in today's environment, you have to learn so much as an engineer, like so much. And it's almost, it feels near impossible when it's like a moving landscape. So that's kind of what a lot of this teaching stuff is about, is like, how do I, especially the Python course, you'll see it's just like powering through 1-minute concepts, like back to back to back to back. So I actually really enjoy it. And a lot of it is built around, obviously, more complicated concepts that I'm distilling down and just hammering out the fundamentals here. So Python has built-in keyword delete that deletes items from objects or dictionaries. In this case, of a list. You can delete specific indices or entire slices. Great. Okay, so in Fantasy Quest, there's a list of strongholds on the map that players can visit to defeat powerful bosses. Let's update the trim strongholds function to delete the first stronghold within the list. Okay. So let's delete stronghold numero uno, then delete. So I guess we'll return all of it. Does it want us to do that, or does it want us just to delete them all? We'll have to figure this out, and then we'll just return the product of that. Okay, so that's step one. It's going to delete that. Step two, we need to delete the last two strongholds. So we'll then start from the back, I suppose, delete the last two, and return the new trimmed down list. Okay, let's try. Maybe we didn't start correct. Delete the first stronghold from the list. Input Riverdale. Oh, I see. Okay. We just need to delete the 0th index. That's what I meant. Okay, so sweet. I think input this, expecting this. Let's remove that for a second. Let's just get the first one right. Expecting boom. Okay, so we're in the right vicinity. Now we have to delete the second from the back. So I'll try this maybe. Delete the last two. Which one's the last two? -2. What is minus? -1's from the back, right? Yeah. So wouldn't that be the last two? Last one, maybe. What in the heck? What in the heck? Okay. So let's see what we're missing out, guys. The Morgoth Mountains, the Lonely Island. Love it. We just need to delete the last two. Come on now. So I say -1. I guess we could do the hard code one, right? That work? How do you delete frickin' such a simple thing, but golly. All right. Now we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out how to delete from a list in Python from the back, right? Just to pop. Well, we could do that, right? But I think they're not asking us to do that. They're saying do the what's it called? Slice method, right? But I guess that would work. That's not the right solution. Oh, that's how to do it. Duh. Okay, cool. So that's -2 from the back. Is that how that works? Alrighty, cool. Tuples are a collection of data that are ordered and unchangeable. You can think of a tuple as a list with a fixed size. Tuples are created with round brackets. This is a tuple. While it's typically considered bad practice to store items in different types in a list, it's not a problem with tuples because they can have fixed size. So it's easy to keep track of which data is which. Tuples are often used to store small groups of data. For example, Fido. No way, that's the example I actually used in. Of course, that's funny. Okay, so we have a dog's name and dog's age. Alrighty, cool. Because tuples hold on to their data. Let's see, what does it say? Multiple tuples can be stored within a list, similar to storing data within other lists separated by a comma. When accessing tuples, the first index relates to which tuple you want to access. So that would be the first tuple. The second relates to within that tuple, which one do you want to access or which set of data. Okay, cool. So the assignment, Fantasy Quest, character system needs a list of heroes to be able to run the game properly. Someone wrote some pretty nasty code. Yep, I see where every third index defines a new hero. First name, boom, boom, boom. Change the hero's list declaration from its current state to a list of tuples. Alrighty, it's a list of tuples. Alrighty, sweet. First element assignment. Let's add another function to our inventory system. Write a function that returns the first element from a list. If the list is empty, then return the string error instead. So if length items equals 0, return error, else return items 0. Correct? Sweet. Guys, we're cruising. We're cooking. Reverse list assignment. Let's reverse the order of a list. How do you do that in Python? Isn't it just reverse? Is that a thing? How to reverse stuff in Python? Isn't there a method for that? Yeah. Oh, I see. I did it wrong. Let's see. Oh, new array. Got it. For array. Let's see how this works, right? Let's break it down. So they have a new array to store some memory. For I in range, length of items -1. So if a list of items gets passed to -1, they start from the back of the list and iterate backwards and then append the new. Oh, that makes sense. That's actually really easy. That makes sense. Okay, let's run through. Let's pretend we didn't see that. Obviously we did, but let's try to wipe the slate clean. Try to get it from scratch, right? Or at least near scratch. Now that we have directions, so we can create a new array. Give it a little memory, right? A little array or list. And we'll say for I in range, the length of items, which should be starting at this index. So we do -1 because if the items array, again, if we're passed in 1, 2, 3, 4, the length is 4, but we want it to start at the third index because again, the last item is actually the third index. So we want it to start at the third index. We want it to iterate backwards, and I have no idea what this -1 is. I guess iterate. I guess. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so this is iterate backwards. This is the range. So start at the back of the list, and then make your way to the front of the list, the 0th index, and then iterate backwards. So then we could say new array dot append I return new array. I believe that is the code. We're missing one, so we do have to do -1. Okay, cool. That works. Filter messages. You are about to write a bit more code in a single function than you have before. Do not write it all at once. Add extra print statements in between your writings. Start with the outermost loop and work your way inwards. Okay, cool. So I read that out of order, but that'll work. Just to make sure to remove the extra print statements before submitting your code. Running your code often to make sure each line is doing what you expect is called debugging. All programmers, even seasoned professionals, break down huge problems into tiny ones. Okay, so the assignment is we need to filter the profanity out of our game's feature. Complete the filter message. It takes a list of chat messages as input and returns 2 new lists. A list of the same messages, but with all the instances of the word dang removed. A list containing the number of dang words that were removed. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so we have two things that we need to do. So we're not going to read the steps too much right now. Let's just read the assignment. So we need to profanity. So first, we're going to be given a list of messages. We needed to slice out the word dang. That is going to be a fun bit of code. Now, how do we do that? How do we split in Python, right? How do you split stuff in Python? Split strings. How to split strings in Python. Just dot split. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get to work. Let's get to work. So we for message in messages, let's print message dot split, and we'll split it at the space. Now I need to write this as here is our debug, so I can see it a little quicker. Where is our debug? Where is it? I don't see it on the thing. Okay, so now I'm just going to print messages to see where is my debug. Oh, there it is. Where is my debug? Okay, so there's the first one, right? So for message in messages, maybe we can't do strings here. Let's try. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we can't. So here's our debug. Let's delete the first print statement. We don't need it. Let's look at the list now. So we can see if any of the words equals dang. So is word equal to message dot split, right? If word equals dang, print dang. Let's see if that works. That we can see where the dang is. I don't know if we can. Okay, so that's printing a list of our message split. So we still actually need to loop through this message. So we'll say message array. I'll say for I in, or we could say for word in message array. I think that's what we need. Let's see. We're gonna debug, guys. We're building. And let's go ahead and do it. So perfect. This is exactly what we want. You can see how it's all splitting up right here with all the words. And we can say if word equals dang, remove it. If word equals dang, return none, right? Else return, let's see. So we can say new message. We need to store an array, and else return return message dot append words. So I want to try to put the words back together now. Okay, but we're getting an error. None type object is not subscriptable. So what if we just do if word does not equal dang, return this. We just won't have it to do anything else. Nope, that's not working. So I'm going to see words that we have. So these are all of our words without the word dang. So we've removed the word dang. Now we need all that back into a list. So that's what I'm trying to do here with the new message. So new message dot append word, right? But it doesn't look like we can do that. Okay, let's think. Okay, we'll go to the steps. Once you filter the message, split the message. Sweet. Oh, they did have it there. So maybe we could follow some steps. Create a new empty list. Awesome. We got to that step. Create a counter variable. Oh, okay. So we need that as